Visibility Challenge launches officially January 13th on Wednesday, so super excited about this, and there's a lot of different reasons, why I wanted to do this, but most importantly is for all of us to gain more exposure, and as a group, it's just so much more powerful. And after working with a lot of different coaches, what I've been seeing is mostly is that it's not so much that they haven't done videos, but it's mostly that they don't have their voice yet. They don't have their message. They don't really know what they're talking about in terms of a topic and where to go. And I wanted to create something that it would create number one, a safe forum where people can really get some good feedback because a bunch of others are actively participating in the same thing. So let's just go through some of the details and more of the why behind it all. And then, like I said, we'll open it up for some questions. So like I said, it begins tomorrow, which is January 13th, and it runs through 91 days till April 13th, 2016. So I did that, but I'm going to be promoting this the whole time. And so people will be coming into this challenge, for the full 91 days. So what I want to get across is that, I had to set up a time frame for it because, we got to have some type of a time frame with a challenge. But you can begin the challenge at any time. So your 91 days begins when you enter the challenge, meaning when you post your first video. So if you post your first video on, Friday, January 15th, your 91 days is whatever, April 15th. So if I come into this and I find out about this challenge, on April 13th, the last quote official day, my 91 days is 91 days after that. And the way I like to say it is like with this is, I wanted to pick something that, 30 videos in 91 days, it's basically about one video every 3 days. So for someone who's maybe made videos and is not overwhelmed with the whole aspect of just actually making a video, technical aspect or just being on camera, it wouldn't necessarily be that overwhelming. But something that, it's someone that even it's starting off with, it should be hopefully achievable with a good push. And that's what we need from this is to have a good push. And, whether you do your 30 videos in 91 days, which would be the whole challenge, but let's say it takes you a year to do it. So what? The point is you're going to create a lot more content and a lot more videos than you ever would have if you hadn't have done the challenge. And so I want to really give permission for people to have that, because at the end of the day, this isn't to put pressure on people, but more importantly, it's just how do we start, creating a habit to create content and using video, which is it's just maximizing your presence online and with your participants. So when you post your first video, that's when your 91 days begins. Like I said, be sure to mark your calendar. We'll go over the details in terms of how we post so we can kind of keep track of that and everyone else knows where you are as well. We'll go over that just a little bit later. And to participate, basically you're just going to be a member of the Selling Coaching private Facebook group. And so everything that we're doing there, I'll have links to that as well. So if we invite people to this, a big piece will be hopefully, we can share this, because obviously the more people that get involved, everyone just gets more exposure that way, which is the whole point of this. If you want to do more than 30 videos, great. So there's really no limit to that. It's just a guideline, obviously. Here's a couple things is we want to make sure that these videos are created by you with your content. So fresh and new content. So if people that have done videos in the past, I don't want them like reusing content. Like I have a bunch of videos on my site, and let's say I was participating in this in someone else's group, in other words, and I just wouldn't want them to just take videos they've already done and post those. This is the whole point, is to create new and fresh content. And I always tell people, and especially people that I work with, is, obviously we would post videos that we create because we are the brand, we are the business. And so we want the education coming from us. In terms of video length, 60 to 90 seconds, basically I'll just say, or less. These videos can be as long or short as you like. We'll just say for this, shorter is more effective. In terms of duration, the more specific you are with something, the more details and specifics you give, the longer you can get away with the video. But anything that's just more general tips, etc., we want to still provide value, but we want to be in and out of there because people have short attention spans. They're online. There's links everywhere. They're being bombarded with notifications. So we want to get their attention and capture them. And usually 60 seconds is that perfect opportunity right there. And once people get to know you a little bit, all it takes is one video, and then they start to follow you, and that's what it takes. And the videos, essentially, they're just simple, effective tips, quick education, ideally for your specific audience to help them with something. If you don't have a specific audience, that's part of your challenge, is starting to find your voice and kind of see where you tend to gravitate to. And that's kind of the point of starting this off. So those are some of the quick details. In terms of who the challenge is for, I mean, yeah, we're working with coaches. It's life coaches, business coaches, health coaches, wherever your niche is in there. And whether you're brand new or you're experienced, the biggest thing is that we want to get out there and share this. And I really want to create this momentum and energy within the group and this synergy that we have where, I mean, I did a video challenge like this a while ago, and it just was so cool to see just every day people posting videos in there. And I want people to pay attention to when you watch other people, like strangers that you have no idea, like even some of you on the call, like obviously Alan, I know you're my client, but Mike, like I've seen your little face when you next to your posts and stuff like that in your profile. But as I don't know you per se, and then so with you and other people, when you post a video and you watch someone, it's just amazing how you get to know them instantly, and you feel their energy and their passion for what they have, and then their message. So it's such a huge piece. So there's going to be a lot of great momentum, and I want to think bigger than just a group. It's like, hey, can we create this global impact where we impact the lives of others as a loud voice, as a unit? So we want to look to grow our audience. I always teach people that your number one objective in your business every single day is growing your audience. Your business is your audience. If you don't have an audience, you don't have a business. And that's what this is about, is growing your audience. And the only way you do that is getting your message out there. And if you don't know where to get it out, you just start it. And this is a great platform to start it in. And then, find some other networks that you can start posting them in as well. If nothing else, let's say your own Facebook page or your own profile in Google Plus or things like that. And that's where you begin. So we want to expand our network as we meet these other people that are posting. We're going to get to know them, and we start to expand our network with people. We want to increase our visibility with everything, and then, as I said, it's developing and fine-tuning their message, especially if people haven't gotten that quite yet. So this is a great thing when you just start speaking and you just start giving a shot at some messages, and even if let's say you're not quite sure what your message is. It's taking stuff that you've known or seen, a quote or a philosophy or something you read or a situation, and just kind of giving your thoughts and opinions on it. I mean, that's where it starts off, and all of a sudden you get some concepts and ideas, and that turns into another one. And oftentimes when I'm starting to create videos, it's like I'll create one, and as I'm creating it, I'm thinking, oh, that's another whole topic I can expand upon. And then all of a sudden I'm expanding, and then one video can turn into 5-6 videos. Because if you're ideally in a short 1-minute video, you're simply focused on one topic. And so as you're talking about that topic, there are some other points in there that you're like, oh, wow, that's another video right there. And that's how they can just start snowballing, so to speak. So we want to do that. It's about creating fresh, impactful content. We want to be creating content over and over again, and that's how we use that, and how to use video to market effectively. And you're going to start really seeing the effective video when you watch other people. And then mostly for a lot of people, it's becoming comfortable on video, because most people, they're in a room by themselves and they put a camera on, or their smartphone on a tripod, and they hit record, and they just they'll stare at that thing, and they can't even get their name out, and if they can get the message out, it's how can we get that out and actually deliver the message in a succinct manner. And then also it's how do we show our personality, how do we show our charisma and our fun side, so people actually like us. And so that's going to be, and the cool part is I'm really excited to see how people develop over the course of the 91 days or their 30 videos. And I'm really hoping to help people build a habit for creating consistent content. Anyone can make a video, anyone can write a blog post, anyone can produce, let's say, do one call, but can you do it consistently, month after month, year after year? That's how you create a business, not by anything else. It's a very, very simple fact. It's creating great, valuable content consistently over time. That's what builds a business. Now, it's not going to automatically build a business. There's other factors. But if you're just doing that alone, you're going to get interest. You're going to get leads. And then, of course, that's where the selling skill set comes in that I'm obviously so passionate about teaching us. Let's talk about the why briefly here, because the why is bigger than even, hey, becoming comfortable on video and expanding your network, etc. Because there's a bigger piece, just like our business. It's like, yeah, we want to use our skill set of coaching and the passion we have for it to help impact and change lives. Great. Yeah, we want to do that. We want to create income from using this and create a lifestyle. We're lifestyle entrepreneurs. We can, walk 5 seconds from our bedroom to our home office and we can be there all day. There's no greater feeling than that. But even bigger than that, there's a why behind what you do. And with this, there's a greater purpose, and I want to bring everyone together for this greater purpose, because as coaches, it's our mission to impact the lives of others. And it's magnified, and it's so much more powerful when you do it as a group, especially when you're on the same mission. We want to help people shine their light, and what I mean by that is it's bigger than ourselves, like I said, or the business or the money, and most people haven't done this, and whether it's make a video, but as I said before, it's sharing their message. And people are so afraid to share their own message and maybe take a stance on something, or just move forward with it and commit to something. So as a team, we can band together and create this environment where everyone grows and everyone develops. And now our voice is so much louder together. And that's the point of that is to create that global impact that I was talking about. And I want us coaches to lead the way. And if we can set this intention that we're going to have this global impact with what I like to call an educational footprint, because it's changing the way selling and marketing is done by giving valuable content to change lives. And this is my business model. It's like if you go to my website, sellingcoaching.com, and you go to the university, it's like I'm just in these calls, like I'm giving valuable content. I'm helping people, and you could do that. You could still create a profitable business because it's abundant. And a lot of people think like, oh, if I give away my best stuff and I give away my best tips, like, well, I'm gonna have nothing to sell. But that's not true. You could take these 30 video tips, and I'm talking to my client Alan before the call, who's on, and it's like you could plan it out, and you could say, you could take these 30 tips and you could put that all into a product. But when you take one of them at a time, it's just a great, valuable tip. But when you take all the bits and pieces and when you put them together, that can actually create a product. I've created a product for this particular challenge to help people, and I'm not saying anything about it now because I'm going to be announcing it in the next couple days. But it's something that I'll be giving bits and pieces of education to help people out along the way. But when you take the whole product and you put it together, that's where the value comes in, where someone would actually pay for something. So that's why when I say, give your valuable content away, that's that abundant mindset, and you can really help people with that. People get so frustrated when you just give them a little bit, or you just give them a very superficial overview of something, and then well, if you really want to learn how to do this, you buy this, hire me, or do this. And when you give people stuff, they're still going to want to hire you, right? They're still going to need your help. They're still going to need your products or services. And in fact, if you give them great and valuable content, when you put something up that's paid, they're going to be like, damn, if this is this kind of stuff they're putting out for free, what's this going to be like, when it comes for paid something? And that's a really, really powerful thing. So, and that's what I want to do, is really change the way selling and marketing is done, because there's so many people out there that are just putting out there, hey, discount this, hire this, buy this, sign up for this now. And there's just a lot of crap out there. It doesn't mean there's not great stuff, but there's a better way of doing it. And that's where I want to teach people that. And next, it's, big why of the challenge is, using social media as a great equalizer. And that means it's, the equalizer piece is that we have the ability to change people's lives the same way that people that are doing it on a much bigger level, meaning they've just been either in the game longer or they've just got that much bigger of an audience and they've just reached a level of, you know, critical mass where they've exploded and they're very visible. People like a Deepak Chopra or Lewis Howes or Gary Vaynerchuk, you know, for some names. And these people are making videos. They're using Periscope. They're doing Facebook video broadcasts. They're using Blabs. I mean, Deepak Chopra is doing live Facebook video broadcasts. Like, really? It's like, if he can do that and find time in his schedule, why can't we? Like, it's ridiculous. You know, like, this is the great equalizer. We can be in front of the same audience and we can have the same impact that these people do. And that's why social media is a great equalizer. We didn't have that years ago. In order to get in front of people, you had to write a book, right? And never mind writing a book. I've written a book. I've published a book. But you know what? My book's not in front of everybody like a Wayne Dyer or Tony Robbins or a best-selling author. My book was in front of a lot of people, but it's limited in a certain avenue. And so with social media, it's limitless. You don't know who that person is that's going to see that, or that one video that you create that, you know, all of a sudden just takes off. I mean, there's huge possibility with that. And then, of course, here's the ripple effect of just, you know, one video, one message, one thought, and what that can create. And you sitting there watching someone's video and going, oh my God, it's changing your life. It's changing the way you do things. I mean, I've gone to events, you know, personal development and business conferences and for people that I followed and with mentors. And it just, I walk out of there and it's like I come back and I completely change the way I'm doing business or my thoughts and my philosophies. It just, you don't know what one thought will do. And I guarantee you that people are going to come out of this on the other end. You know, they're going to have changed. They're going to be more valuable. And that's the biggest thing about entrepreneurship is, you know, it's working harder on yourself than you do your job or your business, because you become that valuable person. And that's what we get paid for. We get paid for the value we bring to the marketplace. The more valuable we become, the more income we can create because we're delivering that more. When people see that value, that's what they pay us for. There's a lot of people who are going to be, I'm not ready. They're going to say, you know, I don't have my message. I just started off, or I'm still in school, or things are just so busy right now. And there's going to be a lot of reasons why they can't. And those are always going to be the reasons. And when those change, there's going to be other circumstances that get in their way. And this is about getting your knowledge out there. And even if you don't have a niche or a website, or, you know, like I said, you're still in school or whatever, it's like, I'm just going to ask people, like, what do you know right now? You know, what could help somebody else? Get your voice and your expertise out there. And as a result, you can find your message and strengthen your voice. You know, if you're sitting in a room with a friend or even a complete stranger and they were, you know, talking about something or a challenge that they were going through, I guarantee you within a few minutes, even if you told them something or asked them a few questions as a coach, that's what we do, you could change their perspective and they could walk out of there, you know, all fired up and motivated or having something. It's like, well, what would that be? You don't quite know what that is, but that's where it's starting to think about what some of the things, what do you have to offer? What do you know right now? So that's kind of like what it looks like on a much larger level. And my commitment to everybody is, you know, I know it's my group and everything, but what I want to do is I want to provide this platform for people. I want to encourage people and teach people and help them become better on video as well. Not only provide that platform, but, you know, my hope is, you know, as people start to do this, they share it with others and they invite others to this. But I'm watching Facebook ads and my own, you know, networks, etc., of driving people to this challenge in this group. And my hope is yeah, of course I'm growing my business. Of course, we're all growing our own businesses. But what the bigger purpose to that is like, I'm like, gosh, if every single person that I can drive into this group, every single person, that's one more person that can participate, and that's one more person that could watch, you know, X amount of videos over the 91 days and beyond. And it's one more person that can like or share or comment on videos. And that's one more person's newsfeed that your video could be in because they liked your video or they learned from you, and or vice versa. And I'm like, imagine that magnified. Imagine, you know, if I can get 5, 10, 15, 30 people a week into the group through these ads that I'm going to run and things like that. I'm like, that inspires me. That's exciting to me because we're all, it's helping everyone magnify their message, and it just gets exponential at that point. So like that's what I ask out of everybody is just participate and do your thing. And at the end of the day, this is about you creating content and figuring all that stuff out, and then just doing your part in terms of when you're posting with the other videos. And I'll go over that right now, in terms of how we can magnify that. So essentially, when you post your video, and I'll go over posting in just a quick second, and obviously there'll be plenty of people that can help us with posting if that's a challenge. But the biggest thing is like when you post your video, whatever, daily or every other day or whatever, every 3 days, all I'm asking is just take 5-8 minutes or so. I know we all have busy lives and we're focused on our businesses. If we can take that 5 or 8 minutes after we post and watch as many videos as you can. In 5 to 8 minutes, assuming the videos are minute 90 seconds or so, you could watch 3, maybe 4 or 5 videos, and you're going to get to know people better. You're going to potentially learn something from their education. You're going to look at different styles and topics and see how people film their videos, and you're going to get ideas. You could potentially refer someone or connect them to somebody that that might be interested in their products or services. You might get content from somebody. I mean, someone might be like talking about something and be like, oh my God, I could totally talk about that, and boom, there's your next video. You know what I mean? That's the cool part of watching them. And then after you watch them, like if you could take a moment to comment, and you know what? Maybe it's just like one of those busy days and you get on there and you know a few people and you just click a few likes, or you watch just enough to make a relevant comment. So you can start with a simple, great job, love your work, keep it up, good job. Or you watch a little bit on a particular video and you say, oh, I love your opening joke, or I love how you talk about blah, blah, blah. Great job. And those things are really cool because especially, when you're starting off, I mean, the realities of posting on your blog or on your Facebook platform of a page or wherever, there's a uneducated expectation. I'll say that purposely. It's uneducated expectation that are like, oh, I'm going to post this and I'm going to get comments and I'm going to get likes and I'm going to get all these views because it's Facebook, right? Or it's whatever. And you post it and all of a sudden it's just like crickets. It's like, boom, I guess I suck. I guess no one really likes my video, or I guess no one's watching this, and you might maybe get a like or whatever it is. But I mean, that's just the reality of it. You see people, that's the uneducated part, is you can see people who are doing it on a much higher level with huge audiences, and you can have 40, 50, 100,000 people in a database, and they're getting, 50, 60 comments and 3, 4, 500 likes or whatever it is. But you have to kind of scale based on, where's the audience? That might be 10% of their audience. What's 10% of your audience? Is it 10 people? Is it one person? So you got to kind of go off of, kind of a perspective there. But the cool part here is that, especially if you're starting off, like, well, now we can get likes, we can get comments, and we can get people participating and viewing our videos. And that's a confidence booster. Like, it's just, there's nothing feels better. It's like, wow, 10 people, 50 people, or, like or watched my video or made some comments. Like, that's how we start getting exposure. And that's how, when we start to do this, we not only get that social proof, we get motivated and we're excited because people are watching our videos, but even liking, what's one of the simplest things you could do, but it's also one of the most effective because, when you like someone's video, they can see that you've liked it. So they'll actually get a notification when someone likes it. And it's like, cool. It just feels good, A story is going to be posted on your timeline that you liked your friend's video. So when someone likes your video, in other words, your video ideally will show up on their timeline. So it's going to be exposed to, their friends and whoever is going to be looking at their timeline. The person who posted the video, like I said, gets a notification. And the biggest thing is everyone gets more exposure in that sense. So that's a really big piece to this. So that's why it's taking that time, and as I bring people in, as you guys share and bring more people in, it's leveraged that social network piece. So that's going to be a really cool thing to start to see, and what comes as a result. I know people unequivocally, I can say I know people will be getting business as a result of doing this. People will be creating more income, growing their audience. It's a law. It's a given because this is how it works. I've been doing this since '04, and it would be impossible for it not to happen. It's just you've got to participate. There's no guarantees with anything, but you've got to participate, and it will happen. So quick on how we post it, and again, this is all in that detailed handout that I'll have in the pinned post as well. But just to talk about it real quick, and then we'll stop. We'll open up for Q&A. But basically, when you've got your video done, you can post it in a new post in the Selling Coaching private Facebook group. So don't post it in an existing thread, etc. Just do a new post. And there's two options. You can, if you have a YouTube channel, which I would recommend everyone creates a YouTube channel. And the reason for that being is it's just another social platform. Again, some people use YouTube as their primary source, like that's their website, so to speak. They still might have a regular website, but some people just create income and their whole business platform is on YouTube, and how they build their database is getting subscribers. You can see people with, some people millions and millions of subscribers or thousands of subscribers. And some people that are getting, millions of views on a video just by YouTube ads alone. They could be making millions of dollars depending on, just from the ads that are on there. So that's just another business model. But back it off for us is to say, having a YouTube channel, I just use my YouTube channel as a host that hosts my videos. So when I post them in my Selling Coaching University, I just use my YouTube channel link. And the reason I post it there versus another hosted server is because they're going to get more visible on YouTube. I can write in descriptions. I can write my name. I can write tags. Tags are like, for instance, keywords that people might type in if they were going to look for, let's say, topics for what you do or your business. And so again, that is out there. That's in search engines within the internet, and then also on YouTube. So again, you're apt to get more visibility with that. So that's why I recommend you having your own YouTube channel and uploading your videos to the YouTube channel. The other option is uploading it directly to Facebook. So basically, whichever you do, you're going to upload it right from Facebook, or you'll paste your YouTube channel link into this new thread in the Selling Coaching private Facebook group. And then you start off with hashtag visibility challenge. This way everyone knows what it is, and it's visible for what you're participating in. And then basically write the number of the video you're on and then of how many. So if this is my 12th video of 30, I'm just going to write 12 of 30. And then the date your 91 days ends. And again, that's based on when you started. So when you posted your first video. So if I post my video on, first video tomorrow, January 13th, I would put hashtag visibility challenge, 1 of 30, and then by April 13th. And that's it. So now this way everyone knows where you're at, what video you're on, and they know when your challenge ends. So people can motivate each other. This way it's a little bit more visible in terms of how we can support each other through that. And then under that, if you want to add anything, just add, there should be the description of the video, but if you're pasting a link from YouTube, the video will have a description in it already. So basically, you can write something to the group, and that's what I encourage people to do is, say, hey, it's my first video, and it took me 20 takes, or, oh my God, I had no idea what I was talking about, but, all of a sudden I thought of this, and I came out with this, or, I'm super proud of myself for doing this, and it's my, whatever it is. And it's going to get that personal side, and that's going to get people to know you better. And anytime someone posts on any social platform, but if we're just talking Facebook right now, especially in the Selling Coaching group, is anytime you create something, I want you to post in the Selling Coaching Facebook group, because I want you to get exposure. But more importantly, I don't want you to post it just oh, I'm going to post my video, or I'm going to post my free offer, or I'm going to post this because I got it done, is ideally you're doing that in your own social networks. But when you post it in there, share like why you're sharing it with us. Share something about your excitement for it, or what you went through to get it, or like, oh my God, I've been working on this for so long now and I finally got it out there, or whatever it is. In this case, obviously, we're talking about the videos, but when you share something like that, something personal, people relate to it. People can connect with it, especially in this challenge. And now they're more apt to look at it, and they're more apt to comment on it, as opposed to just posting it and, top tip on blah, blah, blah. And it's not a bad thing, but now when you share something personal with it, it just makes it more relatable for people. And that's the best tips I can give you there in terms of how we can post it.